1989 RM250. Check it out. Alright, check it out. Finally, another dirt bike that's actually kind of cool. This is a 1989 Suzuki Rm250. You can see the 250, 249 centimeters cubed right there. Kind of looks like a 125. The engine's pretty small. Then on the VIN, you can see the 10th letter is a K right there. So that matches up to 89. So as you can see, pretty nice bike, pretty much complete. I've got the other plastics over here for it. So I believe we've got all the plastics, which each one of these plastics is worth like 50 bucks. So I'm happy he had all of them. This one goes underneath here like that. And then we've got the two shroud plastics that go right here. One goes right there. And the other one on the other side. So we do have all the plastics for it. And it also came with a manual. So here's the manual for it. It says RM80 to 250. So this thing is a bunch of different manuals into one. It's RM80 through 250, 1989 to 1995. So that's a nice manual to have. But yeah, the bike isn't too bad. You know, cosmetically it doesn't look too bad. There's one rip in the seat. It looks like a dog chewed a spot out of that. But other than that, it's really not too bad. I'm wondering if these are aftermarket plastics. Maybe a fender in the back. But yeah, the plastics are all really nice. Tires are getting down there in the back, but they don't lose air or anything. The front ones aren't too bad. Decent tread left. Chain and sprocket, they're not horrible. I've seen way worse. Still has a chain slider on it, which is nice. Usually those are all gone and ripped up. Has the engine case saver still on it, which is really nice. Usually those are taken off too. Looks like somebody was in here where the stator goes. Must have had no spark at one point. Foot peg bent up. Usually that happens when you drop the bike on its side, and that bends, we'll bend that back. But yeah, everything looks pretty decent on it. Let's see if the brakes work. Back brake does not work. Front brake. That feels like that's gonna work. Yep, front brake works. So one out of the two brakes work. See if there's coolant in it. Yeah, there's coolant in it. We'll check the oil next, just to make sure there's some in there. We'll see if that's a different color here. If it's white, that usually means that the water pump seal is bad. Zip tie dipstick here. Stick that in there. Nice and clear. Looks like brand new oil, actually. Awesome. That's good. That is great news. Alright. So, I bought this thing for $1,000. It was up, I think it was up for $13, if I remember correctly. And it came down to $1,000. I had to drive an hour 25 to get it. But super nice guy, and he said that He had it started at one point, but he just can't start it. He said it takes forever to start. He said it's a pain to start. He said the only thing he did on it was repair the pipe. So the pipe is repaired. This guy was a welder. You can see it right there. There's like a patch on it. He said there's a hole, so he welded that plate onto there. And he said it was holding up pretty good. So, but that's the only repair he made. And he said he got it on trade for a pickup truck. So he said he didn't really need it. And he was done kicking it over. He said his leg was hurting. So he said he doesn't know anything about them. He said, I'm sure it needs a carb clean. You should have a good running bike. So we're gonna start digging into this thing. I don't know if it ever ran. I'm taking the guy's word for it that it did at one point. It does have compression. So pretty decent compression. It's really hard to kick over. And it sounds smooth in there, so that's good, at least. But yeah, I have no idea if it ran, so we're gonna start digging into it. We'll find out, and I'll bring you guys along. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is check the air filter. I asked the guy when I was there how the air filter looked, and he said he never checked it. So. Let's see. Not bad. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I thought maybe that was going to be plugged up, but it doesn't look like it. What the heck is going on? Yeah, not bad at all. It's even oiled up and everything. Sweet. It's kind of a rare thing. Alright, well, I guess we'll go on to the spark. We're getting there at least, so let's move on and check out that spark plug. Alright, spark plug is in here. Like I said before, it looks like somebody messed with the wires and stuff in here, so hopefully it has spark, but we might not, and that might be why it was hard to start. Looks like there was a new plug in here, so you know, maybe it's a fault plug too, who knows. Wrench in there. See what the plug looks like. Oh, it looks like it was running at one point. It's a little brown gray color. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can see kind of like a grayish brown. So I don't think it was running too lean. Let's see if we've got spark here. Moment of truth. Will we have spark? If we have spark, we're in business. Oh yeah. I don't know if that's weak or not. It kind of looks like it might be faux here. Oh yeah. Oh, we've got good spark. I was not expecting that. I think what we're gonna do is get a little oil down there. I don't know when this was started last, so that cylinder's lubed up here. Feels smooth. I guess we'll do a compression test right away too, and see if we've got good compression. Alright, let's get the compression tester in there if we can here. It's all the way in. What do you guys think we're gonna have here? Should be interesting. I will go and kick this thing over with the throttle open. You guys check out the compression here. Let's see. What are we going to get? Alright, throttle open. Compression, it feels like. Where are we at right now? Third kick, almost over 100. What are we at? About 142. So that's pretty good. That is definitely enough to run. Alright, so we checked spark. That checks out. We've got good spark. We checked that it's getting air. Air filter's nice and clean. And we also checked compression. Compression is good, 142 I think it was. So that checks out. This thing only takes about 90 pounds of compression to run, so it'll definitely run good with 142. Last thing we have to check for is fuel. So it must not be getting fuel if it's not starting. I think what we're going to do is just put a little gas down the cylinder and try to start this thing up. If it pops over, we know that the carburetor needs to be cleaned. If it doesn't, I don't know, it's got good compression, so it should. This is just some premix going in. And it still could be a fall plug. If it doesn't start, it probably is a fall plug. Alright, that's in. Let's give this thing a shot. Alright, you could hear it fire up for a brief second. That's from the gas put down the cylinder. So I'm thinking it needs a carb clean. Pretty bad. Alright, let's see if the petcock is working. Let's see if any gas is actually getting into the carburetor. Any gas. Well, definitely it's getting gas. That was shooting out of there. Looks like it's mixed correctly with oil, so that's good. Let's get the carburetor off. Alright, we should be able to get this off now. There's the slide. Put these back in so we don't lose them. Just gonna kind of check out the reeds now. Can't really see through there. Alright, let's see what's going on with the carburetor here. I think this one opens up with just the bolt on the bottom. See if there's a bunch of crud in there. So far it looks pretty clean. Very clean so far. Oh, there's water in it. Check that out. See those bubbles right there? That's water in the carburetor. So that's water right there. So that's why it wasn't starting. So I think there's water in the gas. We're gonna have to drain the gas and get some fresh fuel in there. But yeah, you can see all the water droplets, or bubbles, I should say. Because gas doesn't do that. So, very interesting. I think we found our problem. Let's still dig into this and see if that pilot's clogged. Because that might still be clogged. And see what we're running for a main as well. Oh man, that was on there. We'll do a quick carb clean. Doesn't hurt. Main jet looks like 350 for the main. Put that too. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's. This whole unit's just coming out. That's interesting. Never had a carburetor like that before. Pilot here. Maybe that's clogged. Looks like it's a 50 pilot. And it is clear. That was clear. That was clear all the way through. So, yeah, carburetor looks really good. Let's see what the air screw's at. 1, about 1 1/4. I'll probably put that to 2 when we put it back together. I guess we'll take out the choke mechanism. See what that looks like. Maybe the plunger's broken or something. Yeah, looks like that's working. Alright, now we can spray this out with some carb cleaner and compressed air. Put this thing back together and then go drain that gas. Alright, I just want to check the reeds next. Get these out of here. Just to make sure that they're not opening too much or staying open. Looks like a liquid gasket or something on there. Interesting. You can see all the white. That's water being mixed with oil. So there's definitely water in there. See, those reeds are pretty good. There we go. Those are. There we go. There, everything's working, looks like. Looks pretty good. It's all white in there. Definitely a lot of, yeah, look at all the water in there. That's crazy. Tons of water. You can see all the droplets right here. Alright, so far we know that we've got spark, we're getting fuel to the carburetor, we clean up the gas and the gas tank. We've got 40-to-1 mix in there with fresh oil and gas, so no more water should be getting into the carburetor. Carburetor was just cleaned, that's all good to go. Everything's working on the carburetor. So let's hook up the gas and attempt to start this thing again. Hopefully this time it can run. Otherwise we've got other stuff to look into. See if it holds gas here first after that carb clean. Not leaking anything. Alright, let's see if she starts up. Kick lever keeps on coming off. You can see it's missing the bolt right there. I'm gonna quick try to drill that out and tap that and see if we can get a bolt on there. This thing keeps on coming off, you can see. Alright, we're gonna try to drill into it with this drill bit right here. And then this is the easy out we've got. Let's see what happens here. Maybe a tiny bit more. Stuck in there though, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. It's coming. Well, that worked. Alright, that's not coming off. Alright, let's see if we can start her now. Well, she runs. That's good. It's idling. Alright, so it runs pretty good, and even idles. I had to put this bolt all the way out and then put the screw all the way in for the carburetor, for the idle, in order for it to idle. So I'm wondering if the pilot might be a little bit too big, but I'll look into that. We are going to drain the coolant next, get that out of there, get some fresh coolant in there, and I think we're going to do an oil change as well, just to make sure all the gunk is out of the engine. So the coolant didn't look green when I looked down there. It looked like water, kind of. Oh, that's not good. It looks like oil. Why is it that color? That is not good at all. I don't know why it would be that color. Unless they just put straight water in it. That's really weird. That is some odd looking coolant. Looks exactly like oil. It's watery, it's not like oily. The viscosity is like water. It's just really a weird color. Let's put some fresh stuff in there and then we'll drain the oil. This is very odd. We'll have to start it up and see if it turns that color again, because maybe oil is mixing in with the coolant. I don't know. Alright, let's drain the oil next. You can see the oil drain bolt is right up there. Oh, that was loose. That's good. See if it's milky here. Ooh, lots of metal shavings in there. Look at that metallic-y color. It's not milky or anything. It's not like any big chunks or anything, it's just like something must be grinding in there. I'm wondering if it was the Kickstarter from being loose. Alright, this thing takes 650 milliliters. Alright, we got fresh coolant in there as well. New oil. So let's start this thing up and see if that coolant turns a dark color. It turned a different color. Alright, as you can see, the coolant turned a black color again. So I don't know if it's just really dirty in here and in the engine, or I guess in the cylinder and head. But yeah, it just instantly turned black. So I don't know, very, very odd. We'll maybe do another flush with some water so we don't waste coolant, but yeah, it's just turning black. Alright, all the plastics are back on. I took off all the stickers on the swing arm. Looking pretty good. And then I painted the pipe with high temp paint, black. Let's go test this thing out. Alright, made her out here. Just pressure washed this. Cleaned up a little bit, but we have to scrub the rest of it off. Yeah, looking pretty good. Alright, it shifts, at least in the first and second. It's just loading up pretty good. We have to take it down the road and clear it out. I don't know if there's oil in the pipe or what, but she's loading up pretty good. Maybe the power valves are stuck or something. Alright, here we go. First ride on the 1989 Suzuki Rm250. I almost said 125 there. But yeah, it was loading up a little bit on the first little test drive around the yard. So hopefully when we take it down the road, it'll clear out a little bit. And yeah, otherwise we probably have a blown seal or something like that, or a blown head gasket or something. I don't see any leaking though by the head gasket or anything like that, so I don't know. I'm sure it'll clear out just fine. Usually one good kick, that's all you need. See that? That was full throttle right there. Wants to go. Let's hit the road and see what happens. See if she opens up here. Oh yeah. Oh, she opened up. That was awesome. Looks like she shifts through all the gears just fine. The shifter needs to be down more. It's up pretty high here. It seems like it's opening up in like third gear. Let's see. It's weird, like in first and second gear, it's like boggy. Like doesn't want to go. Look at that. Why is first and second so boggy? I don't get it. Loading up in first and second. Right after the first ride, we're bogging pretty good in first and second, but then in third it just takes off like crazy. Fourth and fifth are perfect, so basically third, fourth, fifth gear are perfect. First and second are a little bit boggy. So I'm looking at the spark plug right now, and it looks nice and brown. So it looks like jetting's pretty spot on. So yeah, I don't know if it's jetting, because if it was jetting, it wouldn't run good in third, fourth, and fifth gear. So I'm guessing power valves. So what we might have to do is take a look at the power valves and see if those are opening. All right, we've got more gas in it. Let's see what happens here. Let's see here. She cleared out in first. She's clearing out. Getting better. It's that power valve for sure. Alright, second ride. First and second are a lot better. Second's like perfect now. First is a little bit boggy, but it gets better as you ride it. So I think it's that power valve just sticky. So, but anyway, that's the video on this thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed fixing this thing up. Didn't take too much. Enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for the next one. Till next time, we are out.